I forgot to mention a very important point that I left out of my vlog from just now. Really bad news for me last week. First thing in the morning, I went to go heat up like a teapot kettle to pour into my turtle's tub. So it was like a warmed pool, and he was just gone. And I'm assuming it was the same two raccoons who were having like a brawl way up high in the trees. Like they were up in the trees, like fighting each other, like very loudly. And then the next day, or 2 days after, I thought that out of respect, they would not even like try to take my turtle or anything, because they would sort of go up to his tub and pretend like they were going to take it, and then they would look at me, and then they would sort of like, they'd be like, nah, like I respect you, I respect your turtle. And apparently they lost their respect for me. So I looked everywhere for him when he was gone, and there's no way he could have escaped anyways. I looked over my fence. I put a chair up to the fence so I could peek over it. And when I'm looking over my fence, there was some writing on the concrete behind my fence, and I'll show what that is. So I still have a painting kit that I tried to fix the paint job on my car. After I bought it, the paint job was just fine, but after leaving it out in the sun for like 2 days, the whole clear coat started peeling. And so what I did was I took this logo and I etched it into the trunk. So I made a giant Mitsubishi logo a few years ago. And if I remember right, here was a car that I saw when I was driving this car for work at a restaurant making food deliveries, not Uber Eats. So I don't know. That looks like to be the beginning of it. When I had I etched it in the hood of it. Yeah, I etched it in the hood and the trunk, I think. If I'm not mistaken, I covered one of them up, and I just left the one on the back. No gifts. Let's see if, even though the back button on my phone doesn't work. See what I'm in for. Okay, so yeah, so I still have that. It was a sample that I got from Lowe's or whatever. Still have that. Wow, it even makes a sound like it's liquid. That's really something. After all these years, I still have that. I opened up the black one, and it's not solid at all. That one's done. What was that? Oh, I don't know. Neighborhood Cat. That was the beginning of the etching. Oh, Paint It Black song. A lyric video. Blue Christmas. 8 CDs for $1. So do I have like a finished, completed version of it, or what? Where's like the finished? I had etched a giant, looks like a throwing star, right, into the trunk, and covered up the the cracked clear coat. Oh, so even though that's dry, so what happened? So there was, when I peeked over the fence, there was like a comment, like a nasty comment that I would see online, but yet it's spray painted. And I don't know if it's a great idea to make a video when I'm afraid to even tell my roommates. I don't want them to be scared that there's graffiti back there. There's been graffiti back there for however many years, a whole long time, and I don't want them to be worried about it. Anyway, so I'm going to go outside. The interior was just painted, and so I have an entire bucket, and it's similar to the concrete. And so I'm going to disable the camera. I'm going to have to find a better picture of that car. It's a whole long story. Yeah, very long story. I drove it into the ground. It just broke down eventually. Even though the engine worked, the transmission was broken. And so I'm going outside with a bucket and a brush, and I'll show this graffiti that I'm talking about. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot more graffiti than I had initially seen. Many years ago, this area was just full. I mean, all the way up to where I'm standing, it was just full with like overgrown stuff. So here's some of the graffiti, and now I'm just gonna roll this bucket down there because, wow, that's funny. Okay, so I was looking for my missing turtle, and I saw this from the fence here. Looking over the fence, I saw that. So almost like a chat enforcer on YouTube or something. I'll have to blank out the curse word. Looks like there's more over here. There's 4 instances of the graffiti, and I don't know. I've never made graffiti as far as I know. I don't know what that says. It's like a frowning face. And looks like there's another one over here. Way down there at the other end, there's a whole lot of graffiti that's been, someone has, well, oh man, it goes all the way down. I don't want to mess with this. You know, this right here is like the greatest tornado shelter, as long as there's no rain. That's like the greatest tornado shelter that there could be. Elmo's World. The world is yours. Alright. So the thing is, like, where I grew up, at the most southernmost point of whatever, like gatherings at where I grew up, it was all about like exploring, and gatherings that like people that I knew. Well, I'll go like north, and it'd be more like a technology celebration, video games and everything. What else? Yeah, I have a yeast infection, and the only cure is more yeast. So I'm gonna have to cover up this some of this graffiti here. I don't know if I have to. I probably shouldn't video this. Oh well, video over.